This is Exploring Humanity Through Sci-Fi. This rebrand continues my mission to get a better understanding of ourselves through sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and comics as our mode of exploration. The world of tabletop RPG games comes into focus with Brennan Lee Mulligan of Dimension 20. And I got to tell you, the thing that that Dimension 20 brings to the forefront in this video game, spell it all out for you kind of entertainment world we live in is something good old fashioned imagination. Remember imagination, what that was like?
You know, the scholars believed that the fabled imagination had been lost for eons. And it's very exciting to be part of a wave of people playing this game that have, like Atlantis from beneath the sea, risen back above the waves. So, yes.
Nice analogy.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, it's been truly delightful. You know, I've been playing D&D since I was 10 years old. And, you know, any facility I have with, you know, improv, which I've done sort of, you know, professionally as a teacher at UCB, or creative writing, like the kind I did with a strong female protagonist, like anything that I've been able to do owes sort of everything at its base kind of, you know, genetic level. Its first evolutionary step was like discovering this incredible creative game where you just collaboratively tell a story with your friends, make each other laugh, make exciting adventures, and surprise your friends with cool twists. And I don't know, it is such a root and basis for all the stuff that I've done in my career. And yet, you're exactly right. I mean, the heart and soul of the game is imagination.
More exploring humanity through sci-fi in a moment. Here is some of the content to enjoy on Sci-Fi Talk Plus.
You'll see interviews from behind-the-curtain video series from YouTube with new episodes on Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and Weapons, and in production, The Conjuring Last Rites.
These include interviews, in most cases behind-the-scenes footage, and clips. There are special podcast episodes with companion video.
Podcasts have no commercials, uncensored, and special longer editions for certain episodes. In some cases, audio and video podcasts are paired together.
Try this multimedia experience with a free 1-year trial, just $1.99 a month after.
Listen and watch on desktop, laptop, or phone. You get a private RSS feed.
You can listen on provided players, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, in addition to watching and listening in your browser as well.
It's easy. Click on the link for a free 1-year trial in the show notes.
Like, for example, you had one where the spider creature comes out and shoots webs all over the place. Even though there's a little figurine, your mind can also kind of dream up their own version of the spider creature and make it even more terrifying because it's in your mind. And that's one of the appeals to the game for me. It's that ability for the audience to kind of go along with you. And you can even listen to it without looking. And then you can really get your imagination going.
Well, I think there's a great expression for certain actual play podcasts and certain types of, or even just certain games, which is theater of the mind, right? Which is where you know everything's fully narrated. But I think that's always present to some degree or another, regardless of what type of game you're playing. Ultimately, like, the audience is providing the special effects for the game, right? Like, it's happening as much in their head as anywhere else. And I think that's why you see, like, for the audience that actual play D&D shows have, the fan base is so dedicated. And I think part of that is they are deputized as storytellers. Like, they're watching a game played at a table, and the same thing that the player characters are doing, which is like enriching the narrative that is spoken verbally with this like incredible visual world in their head. The audience is doing the same thing. So no one's seeing this world the same way. We're all kind of filling in the blanks and creating, you know, in between the lines and around the margins of what is described, filling that in with our own sense of imagination, which is like intoxicating. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, it really is. So as far as the shows, Are they scripted to a point and then the players kind of fill in the blanks, or how does it all work?
They are not scripted at all. Basically, what happens is, no, they're fully improvised. So I will say this. On behalf of the players, so 6 out of 7 people truly have no idea what's going to happen. The player characters, they sit down and they take the actions that their characters would take and behave rationally. And when I say rationally, I don't mean that they behave necessarily logically, but I believe, they are behaving as their characters would behave. They're making the decisions, sometimes rational, sometimes irrational, I guess, but they're taking the truthful actions their character would take. So I have a sort of a flow sheet or through lines of story. I have certain points that I am trying, capital T, trying to hit, but that's only a plan, and that goes out the window all the time. So whether I am truly improvising, I guess, is debatable, but I'll tell you, as a guy who's thrown out a lot of storylines that he put a lot of work into, it sure feels like I'm improvising. So I would say, yeah, it is a fully improvised story.
Well, I got to credit you, the Unsleeping City. I mean, I live in New York City, so anytime anybody does something about New York and emphasizes the wonderful things about this amazing city, it gets my attention, and kudos for that. I thoroughly enjoyed that aspect of it.
Oh, my God. Well, first of all, congratulations to you on living in the greatest and best city in the history of the world. And I miss it every day. But yeah, I mean, the Unsleeping City is just, I grew up walking around the streets with my dad, who's like, my dad's actually a comedian, Joe Mulligan, and he not only did I get all my comedy chops from him, but also he would take me around the city. He was the first person to show me Bethesda Fountain in Central Park, and he's a huge history buff on the history and lore of the city. So not only like the cool little hideaways and places, but also the things that used to be there, he's always given me like a deep appreciation for. Remember one time when I was a punk little kid, he took me down to 5 Points where, the gangs of New York style, or the Dead Rapids, old Irish gangs.
That's right.
And so I took me down to 5 Points and was telling me all about it. And he pointed at this building and was like, now this is where, William the Butcher Poole did. And I was looking at it and he was pointing at a Dunkin' Donuts, right? I looked at him and said, "Oh boy, Dad, you sure showed me where a lot of places used to be." And he burst out laughing because I was like 6 years old, and he was like, "That's he's like a legendary burn from a 6-year-old. You sure show me where a lot of places used to be." But now that I'm older, I have a profound appreciation for seeing where places used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have to credit you on one thing too, is your descriptions to set the story up in the episodes I've seen are first rate. It really, as a viewer and listener, it sucks you in. Really good stuff. And this is just from your training. Is that where you get that from? And probably maybe a little bit from your dad's genes too?
Well, actually, I should also say my mom, Elaine Lee, is a comic book writer. So she's got an incredible gift for narrative. I have like opened up the family store. I'm very much in keeping with the family tradition. But she's an incredible comic book writer, master of like genre fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy. So setting the descriptions, I've been telling stories like this since I was little. I mean, my parents would read, like Celtic pagan legends to me when I was a kid, and that like awesome storyteller cadence, rule of threes, and then also just myself. I mean, like, there is nothing in this world that I have more hours logged than running games of D&D, truly. And the most important skill in the world is, not to be too twee or like cutesy about it, but like the number one job you have when you sit down at the head of the table to run a game of D&D is to make your players feel like the mundane world around them melts away and they're living in a story. You've got to be able to, on a performance level, on an emotional, tonal level, you have to be able to change the vibe in the room. And I think that is a really important skill, maybe more important than all the rules lawyer stuff, is that performance ability to make a story come to life.
So talk about your players, man. They're terrific. I mean, they just really, it's fun to watch because they're all different, and you definitely get an A+ for diversifying the group as well.
I'll shoot you straight. I mean, this is the best cast in the world. College Humor Dropout put together this amazing roster of talent over the years. And when we're sitting down to do the game, we were basically like, okay, let's look at some great College Humor people. 5 of the 6 cast members I had already been playing D&D with privately. So that's Lou Wilson, Siobhan Thompson, Zach Oyama, Brian Murphy, Emily Axford. I've been playing home games with them for years. And then Allie Beardsley jumped in because they were one of our cast members. They and me were the only people that were still like active cast members when this was, being cast, which is incredible. I mean, our cast is unbeatable. All 6 of them are so good at playing game, like playing the truth of a character and making that what's funny. And they're also so good at having those tender, heartfelt, heartbreaking moments, because you can't do, 30 hours of comedy, which is what a season ends up being. You can't do 30 hours of comedy without having it grounded in some real emotional stakes. And I feel like we do that with these characters. All 6 of them are just master storytellers, master improvisers, and I cannot believe my good fortune in getting to work with them. It is a true honor.
That's great. We will take a short break. I'm talking to Brennan Lee Mulligan of Dimension 20.
Subject to credit approval and down payment.
Goose Creek Mitsubishi. You got to come down here and come see Super Dave today. All month long, there's no money down. All you pay is tax and tag. I don't care if you got good credit, bad credit, no credit, repossession. It doesn't matter. We can get almost everybody approved. I'm Super Dave. The sale starts now. That's right. Good credit, bad credit. It doesn't matter. Come on down here to 208 South Goose Creek Boulevard or go to www.goosecreekmitsubishi.com. Goose Creek Mitsubishi. Powered by deals, fueled by freedom.
Back on Sci-Fi Talk with Brennan Lee Mulligan of Dimension 20. I have to bring this up because it's a totally different vibe, and the energy that I see when you guys do this live, it's a whole nother vibe compared to the studio setup. And it seems like you guys feed off the energy of the people in the audience.
I mean, you're looking at a group of people who all of them have performance experience. Half of our cast is on Herald Night at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in Los Angeles right now. So Lou Wilson, Allie Beardsley, and Zach Oyama are on a Herald team at UCB, a flagship improv team, and perform once a week to live audience. And if you're in LA and get a chance to see the Herald team Yeti, go see them. They're incredible. But then everyone else has comedy and performance experience as well. All of us have gotten up on stage. Siobhan Thompson joked to me because we went and did this live show at the Bell House. It was truly a dream come true. I mean, the coolest fans in the world, just the nicest, most supportive fans. And she joked to me, it was basically being like, hey, this is a long way from the last shows we were doing in Brooklyn, because we came up in New York doing comedy where, you'd go do like a little improv show with, like 10 people in the audience, or you do a character showcase, and the other people that were watching were the people that were going to go on and perform after you, which is like every comedian, knows that coming up through the ranks. But it was still, we all have live performance experience. And I love the way you put it. You're feeding on the energy of the audience, and hopefully they're feeding on you. It creates like a feedback loop. You guys psyching each other up.
More exploring humanity through sci-fi in a moment.
Here is some of the content to enjoy on Sci-Fi Talk Plus.
You'll see interviews from behind the curtain video series from YouTube with new episodes on Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and Weapons, and in production, The Conjuring Last Rites.
These include interviews, in most cases behind-the-scenes footage, and clips. There are special podcast episodes with companion video.
Podcasts have no commercials, uncensored, and special longer editions for certain episodes. In some cases, audio and video podcasts are paired together.
Try this multimedia experience with a free 1-year trial. Just $1.99 a month after.
Listen and watch on desktop, laptop, or phone. You get a private RSS feed.
You can listen on provided players, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, in addition to watching and listening in your browser as well.
It's easy. Click on the link for a free 1-year trial in the show notes.
It's like live theater where, the cast kind of, and the cast and the audience kind of form this amazing bond. I mean, if people could bottle it, they can be millionaires and billionaires, but it's hard to describe it, but you just know when something is working and there's a synergy going on that rarely happens, especially when you're watching television. You don't get that at all, but it's just something about live. It's just amazing when that happens.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, without getting too maudlin about it, it's an incredible privilege, to take this game that I've been playing, maybe it's more significant on an emotional level than a hobby, but certainly something I was doing in my free time with my friends and loved ones, but something that I never expected to ever be able to do in a professional capacity. And then to show up and have people dressed as the characters you've made and have them like screaming out, like, don't forget your dexterity saving throw, just so deeply engrossed. I mean, these are like every one of these people in the audience is has taken time. They got a babysitter. They spent money on a bus. Some people flew on planes. And I mean, if that doesn't impress upon you as a stroke of incredible good luck to have the opportunities that you had, and then just deep gratitude for all those people, of all the things they could watch or listen to, the fact that they have found value in what we do is, it floors you, man. I mean, to everyone that watches the show, you'll never be able to know the depth of my gratitude. It's crazy.
That's great.
It's real crazy.
You're actually going to be appearing and doing it live in Austin, Texas. That's pretty cool. So you're planning on doing several cities, or is just Austin another one in your calendar, you might say?
Oh, we have a bunch of shows on the horizon.
Cool.
I don't know what I'm allowed to announce or not yet. But we got plenty of live shows. Can't say anything for sure, but the city that never sleeps, the unsleeping city, is always a preferred destination. And we actually have already done a live show in Austin too. We did. It was not like the Bell House one we did. We did Rooster Teeth convention. So we did RTX.
There you go.
Earlier in the summer, and it was incredible. It was it was awesome. Huge convention space. Again, amazing fans, and we were able to, we've had incredible guests on our live shows too. They've been fun. We had Brian David Gilbert from Polygon as our guest for the Brooklyn show, and we got to play with Griffin McElroy. Griffin McElroy of the Adventure Zone played in our game in Austin, and here's the thing. I'm like a fanboy. I've been listening to the Adventure Zone forever, and he came and played in a game of mine. What the hell? It's crazy.
It is. It's great.
It was a total joy. He was wild I won't spoil it for anyone, but if you get a chance to, sign up for Dropout and go watch his live episode of Fantasy High. You will see one of the most wild in-game uses of a spell I've ever seen. It was crazy. But yeah, the live shows have been such a joy, and there's plenty more to come.
Hey, I got to credit you on the Unsleeping City. All the little props and stuff. The Brooklyn Bridge was nice, and all of that. That's nice. I mean, it also looks like the series, has some post-production especially not the live ones, but certainly the studio ones. So there's some work that goes into every episode.
I mean, well, here's the thing. I believe firmly in myself and our cast as storytellers, but Dimension 20, I think what sets Dimension 20 apart from a lot of other shows is the team we have behind the camera that you guys don't see.
Sure.
Rick Perry and his team, Maxie, Sabrina, Shane, Nate. These are people who, the minis they create, the pieces they create. I mean, nobody gets to play with this level of exquisite detail and incredible craftsmanship, and honestly, like some like production miracles in terms of the sets they're able to put together. I mean, Rick, season after season, has led this team into creating. I mean, if there are better play grids for D&D actual play in the world, I haven't seen it. I think Rick makes. I'll say it unequivocally. Rick Perry and his team make the best D&D sets to play on that there have ever been. And, it goes beyond that. Michael Schambach, our director, Ebony Harden, our producer, season after season put this show together, and our camera and lighting is Santiago Batti, who's our DP. And then the post you're talking about are two editors that have worked with us on every of the main seasons we've done and wrote our style book for how we do the show. Noah Diamond and Aaron Hasidim they're geniuses. They're so brilliant at what they do. It's the subtle stuff. It's the sound design. It's the visual language for how the health meters come up. It's their understanding of mood and where they put the inserts for the mini shots. But also, it's a very interesting thing because we cut out barely any material at all, right? And I say that so that fans of the show know we're not like taking breaks every 10 minutes to go get food. We're not like pausing the camera to be like, okay, what's the next step that should happen? Out of a 2-hour segment, you're probably seeing cut out like 5-ish to 10-ish minutes, mostly of like a bathroom break or us pausing for like a sound issue, like a mic to get checked, or like math happening of like someone figuring out what their role actually was. So in some hours, you're seeing a fraction get cut out. But the important thing about that is where those get cut out, like the difference between the raw episodes and the finished episodes, where Aaron and Noah take those 5 minutes out, the incredible quality that is brought to the episode by their steady hand and where they choose to do. And again, their line cut of like, there's so many moments at a table that get lost of like little PCs turning and looking and winking. I remember watching the edits of the show after I'd run it thinking like, oh, well, I saw the show, so I'm not going to see anything new. I saw so much new because they caught all the stuff at the table. The little PCs whispering to each other, winking, little heartfelt moments. They are like eagles watching this stuff, and they leave nothing on the cutting room floor. Like they catch it all. It's so, the team we have is like so first rate, and the team, and that is as much about the team behind the camera as it is about the one in front of the camera. We are really blessed.
That's great. Well, I know that season 3 is running right now, and I just got an email today that there's more coming from you guys. It wouldn't be specific. So, and I know you were last night shooting. So how many more seasons do you think is still out there for the show?
I mean, there are infinite worlds out there to explore. I would say, for sure, we have another really exciting side quest coming up. I can't wait to announce who our cast is going to be for that side quest. We have another sort of mini season coming, and then we're in the middle of shooting full cast season 5 right now. So at the very least, we have two. We're not even halfway through season 3. We're not even halfway through Unsleeping City, and we're going to have a mini season and another full season on deck by the time season 3 has concluded. So I think that there's plenty more to come. Everyone, stay tuned in, hang tight. There's plenty more story on the way.
You're also on social media, and there's also a Facebook page where people can kind of follow what you guys are doing as well.
100%. You can follow Dropout and College Humor on social media. You can follow Dimension 20 Show on social media. I'm on social media. I'm on Twitter at BrennanLM. I'm on Instagram at Brennan Lee Mulligan. And you can also find, I have a little Facebook fan page for myself too, which is a ton of Dimension 20 stuff and goodies there. So yes, I am easy to find on the World Wide Web.
The success of the show, I mean, you're now kind of known. So what's that been like for you and the other and the players of the game too? Can literally change your life a little bit.
For sure, it's all been very, very positive. And look, the term I like to go by is I am an internet person. So sometimes people will recognize you, and they recognize you as like, hey, it's that person from the internet, and that's a delightful feeling. My favorite diner back home. We were out for a birthday. It was Grandma's birthday. And two very sweet young kids came up and were like, "You're Brennan from Dimension 20." And they shook my hand in front of my grandma on her birthday, which, if you don't think she was the most psyched she's ever been, I mean, that was huge for me. So to the two fun young teens who came over and blew up my spot in front of grandma, you made her birthday. So thank you for doing that.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, but it's great. And the nice thing about doing something like Dimension 20 is we're doing something that we love, and we're doing a hobby we're passionate about. So the people that do recognize you are people that usually, for the most part, share that hobby with you. So it's always awesome to find out that someone's a fan of the show. I always get psyched when someone is a fan of the show and comes up and says hi, because I immediately know I have someone to talk about D&D with, because they probably play. So that's a very fun thing as well. We have it's a great Venn diagram of people who watch the show and people who know D&D and are fun, gregarious people that are into this stuff.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Well, I tell you, I mean, this is really just in closing. It's so hard to get something that really connects. I spend, it just seems like my whole career doing this, trying to break apart what makes something successful and what makes something flop. But especially in genre entertainment, and a lot of it is the writing, or in your case, it's the people that are working behind the scenes to really give it that polish that it needs. And then really what it comes down to is the chemistry that you all have and the passion that you have. It comes through. And if you think it's easy to get all that together, it's not. It really is not. So, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I wish I could bottle it, but you can't.
Whatever strange alchemy is at work here is, as you have said, the work of spirits beyond the mortal ken.
Yes.
We're just very, very fortunate, and are excited to take the people embracing the show and try to honor that as much as possible, and run with it, because you are absolutely correct. You can't bottle it, and the reception the show has been so overwhelming, and we are just so fortunate. And it's about taking that and making sure that we continue to honor that excitement that has generated around the show, and I hope we do.
Yeah, you're on board the train, just ride it to its final destination. That's the only way to look at it, really.
I hear you, man. No, 100%. I agree. Choo-choo, baby. Let's do it. Yeah.
That's great. Dimension 20 is on YouTube to enjoy and play. This is Tony Toloto. Thanks for listening.
Here is some of the content to enjoy on Sci-Fi Talk Plus.
You'll see interviews from behind the curtain video series from YouTube with new episodes on Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and Weapons, and in production, The Conjuring Last Rites.
These include interviews, in most cases behind-the-scenes footage, and clips. There are special podcast episodes with companion video,
Podcasts have no commercials, uncensored, and special longer editions for certain episodes. In some cases, audio and video podcasts are paired together.
Try this multimedia experience with a free 1-year trial. Just $1.99 a month after.
Listen and watch on desktop, laptop, or phone. You get a private RSS feed.
You can listen on provided players, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, in addition to watching and listening in your browser as well.
It's easy. Click on the link for a free 1-year trial in the show notes.